Hello everyone, welcome back to some Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, where we are playing a Stalker Transmuter. We are on depths 5 at the moment, so the plan here is to clear this and then think about our third rune, which I'm really not sure about actually. We're kind of in a bit of a tough situation because we've just had teleport wands removed from the game, but because I played most of my game before they did that, I didn't get the benefit of the additional teleport scrolls that you're supposed to find to compensate for that. So we only have 3, which is not a lot. There are no others anywhere. So yeah, normally on a Vinestalker, it's a pretty straightforward Abyss rune because the difficulty with the Abyss is that it's hard to rest and heal. But when you naturally have a really high regen, that's not an issue. Do we? Yeah, we still get to heal quickly as a statue. I thought so, but I hadn't actually checked. That's cool. So Abyss is usually pretty easy for a Vinestalker because your natural regen means that you can always be at full HP or near full HP, even if you can't properly rest. But with only 3 teleport scrolls, I don't know how I feel about doing that. And as you can maybe tell, we're back to our normal recording arrangement where we have mechanical keyboard or planes. I'm going to make an effort not to slam keys. I don't promise that will be successful. But yes, I'm aware that I slam keys. I don't know why. It's because I want to input my actions with confidence. 4 TP. Hooray. I mean, if we find a... Ooh. It's a shapeshifter. If we find a whole bunch of TP on this level, then I'll go do Abyss. The other considerations for third rune... Gonna summon a demon. No, I'm not. Alright, so we got a 5% hostile. So I'm not afraid that it's going to kill me, but I'm risking being mutated. The thing is, our teleport scrolls are so precious, I think I'd rather just fight it. Okay, good, and we'll make it another demon. There we go. So our other considerations are vaults, which vaults are very good on a character of McLeod because you're stuck fighting everything at the stairs, but you have super good regen, so having a long extended fight doesn't worry you too much. The issue I would have with that is that it's a bit better with statue form. We're almost up to 200 HP, but our HP is still relatively low. I don't know. And with only a few teleports, it's again kind of risky. Maybe not necessarily for vaults itself, as in we might have to say blow a few teleports, which would be fine, but then it means that I'd potentially be then doing Zot and trying to do my orb run with 1 or 2 teleports, which doesn't sound good. So I don't know. That's a consideration. Again, could do slime. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about slime on this character. I don't love it. As in, again, our HP isn't super high, and slime is kind of a spiky fight. As in, when you fight the royal jelly, it's this one particular quick fight where you'll probably take a lot of damage and then it's over. So not having lots of HP is not so nice for that. There's another possibility that I'm thinking of, which I might do just because, if nothing else, it would be interesting. And that would be to do Tomb as a third rune. Whoa! Yeah, that's right, I just said Tomb. So a rune that is often considered to be the hardest, even in a 15 rune game. We could do it as a third rune, maybe. It's not something you would do often, but I don't know. We kind of have some interesting scenarios in this game. So there's our depths done. So we're making the decision now. So statue form means that, where is it? A. One of the things statue form gives you is, well, it says negative energy, but if we have a look, one of the things it does is it reduces the torment damage you take by 50%. So in Tomb, where everything torments you, that's really handy. Also, we have Macleb, so he gives us healing on kills. So greater mummies are considered a very high dangerous enemy. So whenever you kill one, you gain heaps of health back. They're kind of the main two reasons. So we could go do Tomb. Is that kind of crazy? It is kind of crazy. I don't know. I could also go do, when I'm in statue form, I have full RF. Why do I have full RF? One's on my amulet, one's on my ring. And one is my natural. So I could go do vaults with immolation. That would also be fun. I don't know. I wish I could take a quick poll. I feel like you'd probably rather see me do Tomb as like a what the hell thing. But I don't know if it's a good idea. Only 4 teleports. Let's go do it. Well, so we're heading to Crypt. And so I could do Vaults 5. Definitely could do Vaults 5 with immolation. The main reason why I kind of don't want to do that is because if I have to use some of my 4 teleports, then I'm potentially doing Zot without any, or 1 or 2, which, like if you get a teleport trap or a Zot trap that throws you straight into the orb chamber, unless you have teleports handy, you're gonna die. What is this? Okay, wait, we can walk around it. It's like, that is the lamest thing I've ever seen. Okay, that's alright. There's Mara though. And I still get to bite things in statue form too. I thought so. So I'm gonna make, we've got a copy of us, but I think that's okay. Once we've got Mara here in melee range and we're biting him with anti-magic bite, he's not as bad. And we also have full RF. So, yeah. Alright. The reason that we're in Crypt and not Tomb, in case you're wondering, is that the entrance to Tomb is in Crypt. So we have to get down to the end of it first. It will be on Crypt 3. Yes, that's correct. Crypt is kind of like Elf in that it's a 3 rune mini sort of branch. Usually you wouldn't ever bother doing Crypt in a 3 rune game. Passage would be really nice to have. What other spells do we have? We could get rid of Blade Hands. Yeah, I think we'll do that. And I haven't used Song of Slaying once. I'll have to remember that. We don't need Lignification. And we also, I can turn off Scrolls of Brand Weapon, because there's really no reason for us. Okay. A Cursed Skull, they torment, but we have 50% torment immune resistance. More TP, that's good, we got 5. It's possible that I might just find a whole bunch of teleports in Crypt here and then just go, actually I'll do Vaults. But we'll see. So, as I was saying, you don't normally do Crypt in a 3-rune game because there's really no point. It's kind of hard, so you wouldn't want to do it until about now, because you can find, especially on Crypt 3, there can be Ancient Leeches, etc. But when you get to this point in the game, you'd rather just go win, mostly. +6 Slaying. Alright, yep, we're keeping that one. Yep. Okay. Sweet. So it's like, you wouldn't do it early because it's hard, and then by the time it's not hard, you wouldn't really do it because you just go win. But in our case, because I've just taken the ones of teleport, and we've got 5 now, which is a bit better. But because we're kind of struggling for teleports, that's why we're here. Also, you don't need to do Crypt etc. for experience. It's not like you should ever be struggling for experience in a 3-rune game. If you're level 24, that's usually more than enough to finish the game. Kind of trapped in here. I'm not slow. Okay, good. I was gonna say, once I get back in this hallway, I'll be fine. So, Song of Slaying, what does it do? Let's have a look. So what happens is you start singing, and that's the reason why some people don't like it, because it makes noise, so you attract more enemies. But while you're singing, each enemy you kill, so we got up here, we're Slay +0, each enemy you kill while you're singing gives you an extra point of slaying. So now it's Slay 1, Slay 2, and so on. So my thinking is, oh, I'm not in statue form. Why do I care about extra noise? That's not the one, it's that one. Why do I care about extra noise if and it goes up to Slay +9, if I'm +9 slaying? Like, I'll fight enemies all day while I'm Slay +9. It's just, the only trick is, you want to be in... Hey, we have ID scrolls now. We can drop this amulet. Let's ID our... Okay, that's degeneration. I think that means that our brilliance is somewhere else. It might be somewhere else. Cushion. I don't know. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of brilliance sitting somewhere. 7 teleports. Okay, so maybe we do go do vaults. I don't know. I feel like I've kind of teased you about Tomb. It'd be a bit of a shame. We'll put our Sit Invis ring on. Yeah, that's that one done. I also feel like I'm kind of everywhere. I'm trying to say, I think I started explaining about 5 different things at once and then never finished any of them. So yes, the thing about Song of Slaying is, before you start doing it, be in a good position. So if you're like in the middle of the floor in vaults and in the open, don't sing. When you're in a hallway, it's an annoying vampire. When you're in a hallway, good, because then you don't care about attracting extra things to you. You're not going to get surrounded and swarmed. You're slow. Let's just get away from all this stuff. This is kind of bad. I'm gonna teleport. Okay, and then I'm gonna blink. Cool. And that was our teleport, I think. Okay, so that didn't work out too well. I'm going to quaff one of my 2 cancellation to get rid of the slow. That also then ended my transformation. And then we only have 2 haste, and there are no potions of that either, so I'm not going to haste. I was hoping that was a hallway. Let's summon a demon and back into statue form. Okay, and as long as we don't get I was going to say, this is really bad. I'm going to blink again. And is this probably okay? I'm going to summon another demon. Okay, it was hostile. Alright, well, we're going to teleport. And blink again. And again. Okay, there's our teleport. That's better. Something there is invis. So I'm going to put on my C invis ring. Okay, that's just this dude. That's fine. Cool. And ooh, it's okay. You see why crypt is hard, which is why you don't want to do crypt until sort of this stage of the game. There's a lich who's summoning demons. I can summon my own. Alright. Cursed Skull. So he doesn't hurt me as bad with Torment because I'm a statue, but I still don't want to just run at him. I still want to just use line of sight. Which is in this. Summon a demon. This time we didn't get the slight % chance to get punished. Okay. Cool. There's our final one. Let's go int again. What's our dragon form? 10%. So that's nearly castable. Okay. Our unarmed is 21. I'm going to stop focusing it. And I'm going to put dodging on. Cool. Mummy Priest can torment. So we definitely want to be statue form. Cool. The other thing that mummies do is they have death curses. So when they die, or at least I don't think these guardian mummies do. Oh, they do. When they die, they have a death curse, which can be torment. So that's what's happening here. We're getting tormented as we're killing the mummies, which is part of why Tomb is so bad. Because you're getting tormented by all the mummies, and then in addition, as you're killing them, you're also then getting tormented even more. And it doesn't matter how tanky you are, if you're losing half your HP all the time, you'll very quickly die. Summon, whoops, do we summon one? No, a demon. I'm gonna put a spire down. Whoa! What happened there? Oh, I was not in statue form. Okay. And we're flayed. Oh, right, because I wasn't in statue form, I just got actual tormented and flayed. Okay. Well, that was, like, really bad. If I do go to statue form, Yeah, I'll probably be okay. If I start killing stuff, I'll start getting my health back. The one we're worried about here is the Ancient Champion, although there are two. Yeah, okay, we got one. Alright, we're okay now. Don't be out of statue form, especially against things that torment. So we got tormented again there, but that's alright, because we have our resistance on. Okay, so that got ugly. Don't be out of statue form, please. And we want our repel missiles back on. Okay. Another artifact amulet. Nowhere near as good as the one we have. And did I pick up something else? No. I want to learn passage at some point, but we'll finish crypt and then think about it. Cursed toes, again, torment. Cool. Profane servitor. These guys, they're the opposite to an angel. So angels have a halo, which makes it more easy for them to hit you. These guys have an umbra, which makes it harder to hit them. Do they resist electricity? I'm going to say they resist. Okay, so I'm not going to spile. We can fight him. Yeah. Cool. And let's... no IDs. Of course. Why did I ever think there'd be IDs? Okay, there are heaps of potions of haste and stuff in shops. We can go spend all our gold. We don't want any of those things. Alright. These guys are all fairly straightforward. Porcupine zombie. Okay, that's our crypt done. Let's go find some amnesias. There's one right here. I'm gonna amnesia blade hands, which means we can now learn passage. Sweet. That means also that I'm gonna want to learn some more translocations, because at the moment it's 34% chance to fail. Right. We can see what the string is. Okay, no good. And our artifact ring. Did I drop something else? Yes, my scrolls of teleportation. Okay. Alright, so passage. Well, I won't show it to you yet. Dragon form's nearly castable. Okay. Let's buy some of all these things so we can go get... How many mites do we have? 2. Okay, so we'll go get... Basically, we're going on a shopping spree. Let's go. Mite. We want the haste, the resistance, the might. And we may as well just buy the agility. We have a lot of gold. Let's go this set of shops. We want might. I think we have a lot of curing. 8. That's actually not that much. So we'll go might, curing, curing. Magic is like kind of like a heal wounds. Agility, cancellation, resistance, haste. That was a lot of things. That was most of our gold actually. That's okay. And then we want this set of haste. They're starving. Why could we see that? Oh right, because when we're non-statue form, our boots give us the invis. That's an expensive haste. That's okay. And we got that one. So we now have 7 haste. Okay, that's pretty cool. That actually kind of makes me feel like we could do Abyss, but again, I feel like I've kind of we can afford all this. Of these, I'd probably like to have the Ambrosia because it gives you HP and magic back, so it's a good way to heal if we need to. Although we already had 7. Okay, that's all our gold. Cool. So I probably could do Abyss. I definitely could do Vaults, but we've talked about Tomb, so let's do Tomb. Remember to use statue form. Don't get tormented. If this turns out to be an absolutely horrible idea, and I'm just dying in Tomb, we're gonna leave. But I don't know. It'll be cool to try. What's going on here? Vampire Mage. Alright, here we go. Tomb is always the same. It's the same exact layout every time. So on Tomb, the way that it works is these yellow walls you can't dig. These outside walls you can. So on this first floor, stick near the outside, because there's always also a pack of what are they called? Sphinxes, who can all smite you, which ignores your AC, etc. So, there's the entrance. No, it's not. It's the other side. The entrance is going to be on the other end to where we entered. What I'm trying to say is that being smited by a whole bunch of sphinxes at once will kill anyone. So we're staying by the wall, and when we see them, we're going to dig a kill hole. There we go. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So just stay near the outside wall. An ID. Let's see what our ring is. Not one we want. And we may as well see what this stuff is. Staff of Death. We also don't want that. Cool. I don't think we need this book anymore. No, we don't. Okay. It would be really nice to have application, but that got taken out of the book. Or spatial translocations. That's a really good level 1 spell. Okay, here are our sphinxes. So this is what we do. We dig a kill hole. And then we do a bit of yelling. And they're gonna come now. And then when we're in our kill hole where we can't get smoked by all of them at once, we're gonna fight them one at a time. Cool. No, you're not gonna get corpses generally in either crypt or tomb, so you're gonna be eating your perm food. I guess if you were somehow running low on food, you maybe wouldn't want to come here. Well, you probably wouldn't want to come here anyway. Doing 2-minute 3-room games generally not a good idea, but it seems novel enough that, and our game situation is kind of unique enough that I just thought I'd show you. Alright, no one else is coming, so I'm going to say that's all our sphinxes. I'm going to clear the rest of the outside of this before heading down into the middle. There's the entrance to the middle bit. Okay. Those dudes are really annoying now, because they shoot miasma at you. Although they very briefly were really, really annoying. Our passage is 17. This is kind of a really bad place to see Greater Mummy, because we're almost at max screen. So even though I have Torment resistance, it can hit me a lot. So what I would like to do is to passage back up to my kill hole. As in with Passage of Galubriel. The thing is, it's a 17% chance. I could quaff a Brilliance, or I could just try and hope. I'm going to try. 17% chance. With Passage, you choose where you want to put it down, which will be here, and then you walk into one, and it takes you to the other. Okay, good. And so now we can walk back up to our kill hole. And the Greater Mummy is much less scary when you can fight him like this. One, because, let's XV him. So Greater Mummies have Smite, they have, well, they can have two lots. Basically, they always have Smite, they always have Torment, and then they usually have some form, they do have some form of summons. So they'll summon a whole bunch of undead, demons, not the big, it's not greater demons, so they won't ever summon fiends, which is good. Although that doesn't really matter because the reason you're afraid of fiends mostly is Smite, and the Greater Mummy's Smite anyway. So when they're in a kill hole like this, they can't summon. Cool, got him. Similar thing, back to our kill hole. Even with statue form, we're shouting to try to draw him. Don't ever fight multiple mummies at once if you can help it. They just do, even half strength torments, if you eat enough of them, they will kill you. Put C invis on. Cool. Okay. These sharpties, they cry, they can make noise, but it's this death rattle thing. Oh, also if you're undead, they can dispel undead, which really hurts. It's kind of like when you're an undead character, there are random dispel undead enemies in the game, which you just need to know, because if you don't, you'll be surprised when you suddenly take 1,000,000 damage. The death rattle, it creates miasma, which severely poisons you and slows you and potentially rots you. There's an ancient lich. We're gonna make a demon. Nice. It used to just be negative energy, and they changed it recently to be miasma. Except when they first made that change, it would summon so much miasma you would want to kill yourself if you didn't already just die to the miasma. So it got tuned back to be, they don't fire as often now, which is good, because yeah, for a little bit that enemy was so obnoxious. And this is 2-1 basically. Once you've done your kill hole and you've got rid of all the smiting sphinxes, most of 2-1 is fine. All the enemies are in the middle here, as you saw. As long as you try to draw things out one at a time, it's kind of like pretend you're an elf. Don't fight multiple greater mummies at once. Don't fight greater mummies and ancient liches at once. If you somehow get trapped in a situation where, I don't know, say you got teleport trapped into the middle of a whole bunch of greater mummies, they can't do anything with silence. So we have 4 scrolls of silence. You can pop those and they won't torment you. That's a good tip. Alright, and then we go down now to Tomb 2, which is, there's a little bit of explaining about that, so I think we'll stop the recording there, and then we'll continue with Tomb as our third rune. What the hell? What is happening? Why am I doing Tomb as the third rune? I don't even know, but I am. Anyway, we'll continue with it in the next one.